Hello everyone, Agion here with another Dawn of War 2 Elite mod gameplay. Spawned on the south side as the Warlock Eldar, as is PaperBaG. Spawned on the north side as the Ordo Malleus, we have Crewfinity 91. Looks like we're immediately going to see a Strike Squad and Howling Banshees, so we're both going to see... The Howling Banshees are of course an expensive but powerful melee unit. Looks like falling into another squad of Inquisitional Stormtroopers. I'm just going to call them Stormtroopers. Heading up to capture the various points. Not big surprises how the early game goes. The Warlock may in fact spot this. Immediately going to 2 power generators. Ooh, he's going very heavy in early power build. Assuming he doesn't get this scouted, it'll be quite effective. He may want to go and capture up these right points sooner rather than later. He's trying to secure more requisition. You got the Howling Banshees in the air. The Warlock is starting to come under fire. The Howling Banshees should start engaging. Nice little warp. Forget what that ability actually is called. I think it's Smite, I believe it's called. Looks like the Dire Avenger squads will be spotted. Just managed to get tagged by a bit of a heavy bolt of fire, but he's trying to, once they're running away, Howling Banshees are a significant damage squad. So he's trying to get them damaging. Even removing a model really does help, especially for future engagements. We do got the brother captain starting to engage these Dire Avengers. Did lose a model, looks like 2 models in total. Warlock starting to engage the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and do a significant amount of damage with that ability. He did probably spot those 2 generators coming down, but his own 2 generators has been up for a bit of time. We do immediately see into a Guardian's weapons team, so we will have the early suppression platform. Let's see how that will pan out. In fact, it's already out. In a very horrible spot. It's looking at a pillar. Needs to reposition and hit that Guardian weapon team, but it's being sent out all alone, so he will be... The 2 squads here is a significant problem. He will... And I don't think actually that squad can actually be affected by suppression. He will displace the squad. He of course is retreating back. He doesn't want to lose any models because you start losing power, because it takes power to reinforce those squads. You do got these Banshees starting to rush in. They do have Swift of Foot, because they do have the upgrade aspect of strength, increases 10, adds Fleet of Foot and War Shout. It basically gives them all their powerful abilities. The Avengers do have the grenade package. They're severely low in health, so they need to fall back. Howling Banshees did not kill that squad and managed to retreat back to base. Of course, retreating back is also fine. Trying to get as many model wipes as possible. Banshees only cost requisition, so it's fine to lose some models. That doesn't cost much to reinforce them. Oh, it does cost a bit of amount for each individual model, but you don't have to worry about power. Stormtroopers starting to get engaged in melee by the Warlock. They also went for another tech upgrade, the Sinjin Spear, which drains 15 energy with every strike. Also increases attack range, causes power, knockback. Basically, it's a more powerful weapon that drains energy. It's good versus these units actually use energy. Very good upgrade, I would say. Sending over his Dire Avengers to capture up these 2 points. Using the heavy weapon squad to capture the center requisition point, but it soon become an attack. You can't capture anything while it's cannot attack while capturing. So these squads should just pin it up in melee. Nope, he throws out a grenade. Does get 1 model. If you pin it up in melee, it can't fire at ranged.
Support structure complete.
Support structure?
Strategic point spotted here.
What's that, a support structure? May have been a power generator, but I don't see anything that would say turret or anything.
We are losing a requisition point to the enemy.
Brother Marine is destroying some barricades right there. Notice the Warlock will use its ability, doing some additional free damage. Banshee's starting to roll on forward. Ooh, using some sort of ability there. Oh, it's the Nemesis Vortex. It explodes after enough time. Banshees do suppress the melee squad when they use the Howl. The reason for that Nemesis Vortex also is partially controllable for a short amount of time. He needs to re-engage the Banshees to take additional damage upon retreat, upon melee anyways. But it looks like he couldn't get any good hits off. He could have killed off the squad to get a right angle of attack. I was saying before, that Nemesis Vortex is actually selectable, but I think he went along with his Captain Brother, so he must have, when he was trying to move it forward, he went like this, move it, and Nova couldn't chase down the Howling Banshees. Throws out a grenade on retreat, but of course, not too much effect. You may lose a model, but it's not too much. They are quite cheap to reinforce. Stormtroopers need to start capturing up the left side. Starting to capture up the right side. Overall, very good map presence by the by Crewfinity. And he does have significant amount of requisition floated up. He could invest in something. Heavy weapons team will engage these stormtroopers. He will decap the power point, but he can easily recapture that. Minor loss in power. And with all these requisition points he's obtained, he's basically has this float because of that. He has a 500. Oh, his opponent does have a significant amount of requisition float also. Both of them will have tier 2, or at least will have tier 2 anyways shortly. Oops, I accidentally hit my start button. And the Dire Avengers may be able to... No, they won't be able to manage to displace, but not destroy this captain. May see a grenade come out. Wow, he's not receiving any damage. I think he's using some sort of global ability, because it looks like they're receiving some sort of healing effect at the moment. What on earth is that ability? It must have been some sort of global. That's like sure. It looks like he had just received an upgrade. It looks like he has whatever this unit is called. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I don't really know much about the Ordo Malleus. I'm familiar with Imperial Guardsmen, Space Marines, Eldar, but not Ordo Malleus. Ooh, using slow effect right there. The strike squad must have that ability. Goes out grenade. Ooh, very nice. It will causes these Howling Banshees to displace. Ooh, we got the Archtalk coming out, an elite infantry unit, but she's getting focused down. She doesn't have any upgrades, but she does come down with a bunch of grenades. And it has managed to reclaim a lot of these points here. It does have a significant amount of power built up. We do got some purifiers, the elite melee infantry. The suppression squad may do some really great effect here. But they're getting focus fired by the... just receiving too much damage right now.
You know we're ready. The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Got the Howling Banshees have now their leader upgrade, the Aspiring Champion, I believe it's called, or Aspiring Archtalk. The Archtalk is also here, which of course she has been upgraded to the Executioner, increasing their damage, and also has the jump ability and also jumps into combat, suppressing all these squads with the Howling Wails of the Banshee. Oh, but you got Nemesis Vortex. It's going to do massive amount of damage. Only gets one model, however, but still significant amount of damage. Dire Avengers are being engaged by the Purifiers, the elite infantry. Does throw a grenade to cover its own retreat, knocking back 3 of the models. Very nice. Capturing up the various amount of points. Overall, the game seems quite even at the moment. We do have a Falcon coming out, a very fast light transport, which of course enables reinforcements on the field, granting a significant amount of man pressure of it.
capturing one of our strategic
The Archshark's jumping around, does jump onto the all the stormtroopers, then retreat back. Does get a nice stun, but looks like the Warlock will probably only be able to decapture the point before it gets forced back, taking a significant amount of damage. Oh, but use the lash, preventing it, bringing him towards him. And now the Warlock is down. Now he has to pay a bit of requisition to bring it back on the field, which is a bit expensive, but it's probably better to lose that over the Archshark, which costs a power and a significant amount of boarding. Well, transport team coming out. He's probably going to drop it in right next to his enemies. It has the Banshees, which are a very powerful melee squad, but a bit of a glass cannon. They can't sustain much damage themselves. Does throw out the infantry squads now. You secure up the points most likely. The Purifiers receiving quite a bit of damage, and we do have also another transport, the Rhino. Now it is also upgrading with the las gun turret, which will make it much better versus heavy infantry, but particularly more effective versus buildings, and quite a bit of a slow coming in right there. Also buildings versus and vehicles. The brother captain may in fact go down, but he's going to use the Nemesis Vortex right before he retreats. He could put the Dire Avenger inside the squad. Quite a bit of engagement going here. Some massive AoE from either side can be quite effective. The Dire Avengers do get displaced. The las cannon is going to push back the Falcon. The Falcon can only take so much damage. It's very low on health at the moment. Archtuck is going to be forced back. Of course, she's quite healthy at the moment, so she can withstand quite a bit of fire. Ooh, we do got the Fire Dragon Squad, heavy ranged infantry. They're effective pretty much versus all targets, including vehicles. So they're not excel versus vehicles, I believe. Maybe they do excel versus vehicles. I thought that was a tier 3 unit also. Either way, we do have this elite squad coming out. We got this Rhino. Another Rhino? That's a bit overdone. Is he going to get another also lasgun turret or what? 2 transports. It's very power investment, and with the blood dragons here, he can do a significant amount of damage to it. We do got the side cannon for the strike squad, but there's just way too many squads in the area for him to deal with. Rhino will run away. There is also, and that's where the heavy weapons team went, which will basically help secure this area. Perhaps this structure may be a bit better, but the limited arc is quite limited. We'll repair up one of the rhinos, and they can also, they don't receive any additional receive accuracy. You can repair the rhinos up in middle combat. The Howling Banshees will get displaced. The Blood Dragons trying to focus in. They do a significant amount of damage to the one of the transports, but it looks like they will just manage to get away. He needs to keep on reinforcing. The brother captain will force it back. And that is also the Rhino with the last cannon, so he can't really engage the Falcon transport while he's getting destroyed like that. We do got this Dire Avenger squad. Will repair up the Falcon transport. Brother captain's going to engage the heavy weapons team with the Nemesis Vortex. Probably will do a significant amount of damage. Do got the heavy bolter turret, which I think will provide suppression. Grants smoke grenades, so it doesn't do hit suppression, but it does do a significant amount of damage. Significant amount of power float by the Eldar player. Been using his requisition to reinforce, so he does have plenty of power to reinforce if he start losing models involving those other squads. And significant amount of firepower is coming onto the last cannon. He's basically displacing the last cannon so it doesn't do any damage to his Falcon. The last cannon does in fact go down. The Blood Dragons need to refocus on the Rhino, but we've got these Stormtroopers with plasma guns ripping off power with their squads. Banshees engaging the strike squads in close range. Dire Avengers trying to they should throw a grenade or two. Oh, a grenade. The Howling Banshees will in fact completely go down. Archtox does jump in. He needs to retreat these squads. Throws in a grenade. Die Avengers may also go down. The melee squad is being a bit too much. Lose that Dire Avenger squad entirely. Quite a number of losses. Why did she lose? Why did the Mind Blades? Oh, that's TE. Howling Banshees? No. Dire Avengers? No. Looks like this squad will get killed off. Losing now a significant amount of squads. Ooh, he may also lose the Falcon. He has to be very careful. Looks like he will manage to escape. Your fire squad being quite effective.
Technology unlock beginning.
Looks like we are seeing tier 3 by Crewfinity, the Ordo Malleus player. But losing a transport is quite big, but his opponent has lost 3 infantry squads, which is quite significant. He's getting Dire Avenger squad out for the repairs on the Falcon. The Falcon's very low on health.
200 points remaining.
You got the Warlock also running around. He still hasn't received any additional upgrades. Our such to jump on the low health squad. The Blood Dragon's taking a significant amount of fire. They are quite expensive to reinforce. While he has plenty of power, they also cost requisition. He can't be losing requisition at this point. Something to note also, the VPs are highly in favor of the Eldar player. He just needs to rebuild his forces, secure some resources, and just hold off. He can trade VPs for time to get him back in the game. With tier 3 coming out, he could afford a. I think he actually does have enough for a tank, which will be a significant problem. So any additional upgrades for Brother Captain? Nope. May see a weapon upgrade also. Archduke's trying to engage, but there's just too much fire being focused upon. The Warlock's going to throw out the warp. Nope. Decides to retreat back. Whoops. The Falcon's starting to engage. He is repairing it within combat. The Blood Dragon does a significant amount of damage versus all targets. He may lose that squad entirely, but uses the Nemesis and Vortex. They're all very low health. Does throw them inside the transport to save them. Now he's going to retreat back safely. Hopefully, safely. They've got through the anti-tank squad coming forward. Alien beans. And I didn't like their cooking. You got the an interceptor squad. Wait, oh yeah, I don't think Ordo Malleus gets a heavy vehicle. I think they get heavy infantry later on. So we do got the intercept squad, jumping melee squad. So this should be quite effective, which will close upon all these range units. He doesn't have any Howling Banshees for melee anymore. He does have the Archtarch, but the Archtarch will get outclassed quite quickly. Archtarch is at level 2. The Warlock is almost at level 3. Brother Captain's almost at level 4. Ooh, the Lash does yank the Archtarch. The Archtarch should manage to retreat back, but of course she's not be able to go in combat anytime soon. Got the Heavy Interceptor Squad. Jumping infantry with ranged weapons. I think those are... Well, it's effective versus pretty much all targets. They do have also a grenade ability.
Taking position in the brush.
Immediately, with basically carrying giant heavy plasma bolter is the best way to describe that weapon. You got a Rhino. Ooh, loses the Warlock. He can't really be affording costs of requisition to bring him back. Can't really be affording to lose that now. He's trying to skirt around with the Blood Dragons. Looks like he has a squad of Howling Banshees. The Howling Banshees are right here. They're unupgraded, so they're not that effective at the moment. Archtarch does jump away and does retreat back. Falcon's starting to come forward, starting to destroy these generators. Doesn't really net much really at this point. Both sides have a significant power float. There's also quite a bit of red points float the special ability, so you can call in the heavy artillery soon. I think it's the orbital strike. The Ordo Malleus.
The enemy has 200 points remaining.
He's starting to respawn over here. Looks like he's going to pick away his opponent's power, but he has a bit of a power float himself. So losing that's not all too dangerous. And it looks like he's going to lose that Falcon squad. The squad teleports in, doing significant amount of damage. It's now out of control. He needs to retreat back the 2 units. The Blood Dragons looks like they're going to hang out, left it out to dry. He may lose it, probably not. Banshee's going to try to storm in, trying to save the squad. He will suppress it, perhaps then retreat back. No, it looks like he's going to continue to engage. We're taking so much damage from the brother captain. Ooh, losing the entirety so of the Howling Banshees. Looks like going casting GG. GK. I was like, oops.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
Something problem with the rolling. Sometimes you just wait. Do I have a mouse? No, I should have mouse acceleration off. Unless this game has natural mouse acceleration. And maybe the problem is.
Victory is but a prelude to the next battle.
It looks like PaperBaG has thrown the towel. He had a pretty good advantage, but losing all those squads at that moment was pretty bad. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.